like, what do you do with a player like this? And then ultimately your hand is forced and you jettison to the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, is this shocking to you? You've been following Kyrie his whole career.
It's not shocking. I mean, I feel like every time we talk about the Nets, right, this season, it's always, I've mentioned, I just don't trust it. And we have the list of why, and Kyrie is always at the top of the list of why we don't trust it. There's always going to be something. And things, part of me was feeling like, okay, maybe Brooklyn is turning this thing around, right? We had that conversation. Like, I was slowly starting to maybe buy into it, but then it was too good to be true, right? And lo and behold, out of the blue, I want to be traded, right? And so I look at the Kyrie situation. It's just another example of he's talented, right? And he can still produce. And this is the only reason why teams are willing to give him these opportunities. If Kyrie wasn't the Kyrie that we know to be today, putting up 30 and just being an amazing individual talent, there wouldn't be teams lining up to have him. Like, it just wouldn't be happening. And so I look at Kyrie, he's played with LeBron, KD, James Harden, now Luka. I mean, you can't look back and give Kyrie any excuses. Like, he's been set up each and every step of the way to succeed and win. Each step of the way, Cleveland, Boston, Brooklyn, now in Dallas. Like, he's been set up his whole career with some Hall of Fame talents. In every situation, he's found a way to be unhappy about it. That's what I see.
Well, he's a franchise killer.
Mm-hmm.
He's a coach killer and he's a franchise killer. And I really don't think anyone can dispute that or debate it. And it's not even about the talent, but it's, again, there's something between the ears where I don't know if it's entitlement. I don't know if it's, take the ball and want to go home. I don't know what it is. And it's unfortunate because everyone was talking about the Nets now, Harden, Durant, and Kyrie, and now Durant, Simmons, and Kyrie, and now it's just Durant who wants out, and then, oh, by the way, half a player in Simmons. But my point is this: those three assembled, and it's an implosion. Like, it's a debacle. It is one of the worst, signings, additions. It just never worked. They'll probably make a 30 for 30 out of it because that's how bad it is. I can't get into the mind of one Kyrie Irving. I don't understand, as you alluded to and highlighted, you have an opportunity to play with wall-to-wall Hall of Famers and win, because we've seen it before. How we not? We can argue if it's not for Kyrie, Cleveland doesn't win a championship. He was unbelievable, aside from LeBron and his block against Andre Iguodala. I'm going to look at this guy and he's a malcontent. And when we talk about the Chad Johnsons, the Terrell Owens, the Dennis Rodmans, the Randy Moss, they're choir boys compared to Kyrie, because he's literally blowing up these franchises. He's leaving destruction in his wake, right? I mentioned this the other day. He's fleeing the scene of the crime, and there's no remorse.
Yeah, I mean, Brooklyn, James Harden is looking like really good, really smart. He said, get me out of here. Like, I see where this thing is headed. And lo and behold, you give it some time and we're seeing what's happening. And right now for Brooklyn, they're in a situation where you have KD. I'm not even going to mention Ben Simmons, right? Like, to me, he's not a superstar. He's not a star. I'm over that conversation. Like, whatever you want to talk about, his game is broken mentally, whatever it is, he's not playing. So let's just get over that, right? Like, he's not a star. And I'm done with it. It's over, right? So it's just KD